Najee Harris, Jaylen Warren, which running back was more effective? Last night, to me, it was Jaylen Warren. I know he had a missed blitz pickup in the game on a key third down, forces the Steelers to punt. But the play to me that really stuck out, Ike, people might want to focus on George Pickens' 71-yard touchdown, and it was a great run and catch. That play is not possible if not for on a 3rd and 10 on a check down to Jaylen Warren. He's got 2 or 3 defenders to try to avoid to get the first down. He's able to wiggle, fight, claw, scrape for a first down. And it keeps the drive going. It keeps the offense on the field, and it sets up George Pickens' long touchdown pass. That play is not possible if not for Jaylen Warren's effort in this game. And just what my own 2 eyes are telling me, Jaylen Warren was the better back last night.
Undrafted still for the Pittsburgh Steelers and getting Jaylen Warren. So you get a guy with the same kind of qualities, power, speed, and running as Najee, but you get a guy who might have a little bit more wiggle than Najee. Najee is a power back. So when you get a guy like Jaylen, just for our front office to get a steal like Jaylen and see how hard and what he does, and every time he steps on the field, something magical happens. We cannot dismiss when Jaylen on the field, whether he's getting 3rd and longs or whether he's scoring touchdowns or whether you're just looking for a spark. Jaylen has to start becoming in these conversations, Mark.
Yeah, I'm going to say this too. A lot of people are ripping on Najee Harris. As a team, right. Steelers 21 rushes, 55 yards. That's not going to cut it.
No,
because your time of possession is going to hamstring your defense, regardless of how strong your defense is. And so, like, even on Najee Harris's long run, and I thought that at the start of the second half, when Warren was the back that was out there getting carries, I think Najee ran angry when he got back in the game and he got touches again. But even on his 21-yard rush, Ike, where he was giving the Browns a taste of their own medicine, reversing field, reversing course on the 21-yard gain, the line is not getting the push that it needs to. I thought the Browns set the edge much better than the Steelers could establish in this game. And for this reason, I think we're going to see Broderick Jones sooner rather than later. I really do, because you get by the Raiders with Max Crosby, who can cause problems regardless of where he's lined up on the field. You need this offensive line to improve and to get better. It's a young offensive line, but we see Chuks Okorafor in the first quarter have 2 false start penalties. And it's like, and look, Myles Garrett was ultimately neutralized. I think the Steelers game plan for him, I thought they gave Dan Moore Jr. help at times, because you have to know where he's at on the field. He can absolutely wreck a game. I understand all of that. But the Steelers try and end rounds, and they just could not get the edge against the Browns, period. So it's like, you got to try something else. I don't think that all falls on Najee. And at the same time with Najee, there's not that like second or third gear. Like, to me, it just seems that like when he's in the open field, I understand he's a bruiser. I understand he's not a scat back. But it's like when you're driving a car and you want to gear up to go faster, and it's just like, I don't know if he has the ability to do that, Ike, and that's just what my own 2 eyes are telling me. Like I said, last night I thought Jaylen Warren was the better back, and that it's also conceding the fact that Jaylen Warren missed a blitz pickup, to where if he doesn't do that, Kenny Pickett's going to get killed back there too.
So you got to look at it like this. So if you look at it, really all your Hall of Fame running backs, it really wasn't the second gear. All your Hall of Fame, your Emmitt Smiths, your soon to be, who he did have a second gear, Fred T, your LaDainian Tomlinson, them guys, they had a gear, but it wasn't a gear like that. We call them chain movers, so they consistently give you 3 and 4 yards, maybe 5. They big runs might be 20, 21, 15 yards. If it's a wide open field, they'll wind up taking it to the house. But if you look at the longevity of big backs and fast backs, big backs always last longer than fast backs. So no, there really isn't a need, and there won't be a need for Najee to have a second gear. That's what I was saying earlier with Jaylen. Jaylen has more of a burst than Najee. But far as like longevity wise, those kind of guys, them Najee Harris guys, them big bruising backs, them Jerome Bettis guys, them guys ain't really got a burst. Once they hit a gear, they gonna stay in the gear. They top gear is fourth gear. They gonna stay in fourth gear. Don't worry about 5 or 6. It'll never happen. So you got to understand though, dealing with that, they're gonna forever be chain movers, and they're gonna forever move the chain. And they personality guys. Them guys, when you need a spark. See, Jaylen Warren's spark is different with the burst and electricity.
Yeah, and
Najee Harris spark is a little bit different. It's a tough, rough spark. It's a bar fight kind of spark. It's a stiff arm you spark. It's a run you over spark. So the aggressiveness of these two is a little bit different. You got an electric guy in Jaylen Warren, and you got, you know what? Our team is down right now. Oh, snap. By the way, did you see Najee just stiff arm and run somebody over? That gets the sideline excited just as well as Jaylen not running, but being electric. That gets the sideline excited as well. So it's two different personalities, but both of them, if you in need, get the sideline excited, Mark.
10 carries for Najee, 43 yards, most of them coming on that 21-yard rush. Jaylen Warren, 6 carries for 20 yards. So he actually had fewer rushing yards, but he had 4 catches, 66 yards out of the backfield, Ike. So I'd like to see the Steelers continue to utilize them both.